If you want to come on down and see what CBD is all about, the store is open from 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 5 on Sundays. Matt Holderman, KSC-TV. Yes, in good old New Hampshire, nobody shies away from some outdoor fun, even if there's a foot of snow on the ground. With just 1 home run and 10 hits his previous 2 seasons with the Owls, year number 3 for Czel has been an absolute hit-in turnaround. This intense rivalry matchup remained close the entire time and had a little bit of everything. People lined up around the block nearly an hour early to get a seat for one of Senator Bernie Sanders' first stops on the campaign trail.
All right, Keene, it looks like we're ready for a political revolution.
Inside the theater, not a single seat was left unclaimed for the event. Sanders discussed what his campaign is about, change, with their main motto being, us, not me.
The only time that real change ever takes place is when millions of people stand up, they look around them, and they say, you know what? This status quo is wrong, it's got to change.
And Sanders calls the kind of change he wants to make transformative.
This campaign is not only going to defeat Donald Trump. This campaign and the government we are going to create is going to transform our country and create an economy and a government that works for all of us, not just the 1%.
Sanders discussed topics from student debt to taxes and big business to health care, one of his main points.
It is not a radical idea to say that anybody in this country, regardless of income, has the right to go to a doctor when you get sick.
Keene State College senior Tristram Patoine was one of those who came to support Sanders. Patoine spoke before the senator, sharing a story on how health care in America personally impacted his family.
Essentially, the story of my speech was about a relative of mine who had dealt with a heroin addiction through most of my childhood. She didn't have the coverage to afford the painkillers, so eventually, many other people here in this state and around the country did, she went on to alternatives such as street drugs and got addicted to that disease.
Sanders also made a campaign stop in Concord the same day he visited Keene. Matt Holderman, KSC-TV. Tucked away in a row of stores near the end of Emerald Street is where you can find Keene CBD. They sell products infused with cannabidiol, or CBD, a compound extracted from hemp plants, also known as cannabis, the same plant that produces marijuana. But you won't be feeling any sort of high from CBD.
But by extracting the THC in the process, which is the psychoactive ingredient that most people associate with getting high, by removing that, it just leaves the CBD element. And that's what this store is all about, products including CBD that help with pretty much whatever ails you.
Once ingested, CBD may help relieve pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more.
So people are coming here to get relief from either long-term chronic issues for which they haven't been able to get relief, or short-term injuries that they're trying to recover from.
CBD could also play a role in helping with the opioid crisis. Since it doesn't show up on drug tests, CBD can be an alternative to taking pain medication with similar benefits and without negative side effects.
We have people coming in saying things like, I have a medical marijuana card, but I'm sick and tired of being high. I don't want to be high, I just want to be out of pain. And then other people who just are saying, I have had 10 years of opioids.
Keene CBD sells a wide variety of CBD-infused products, such as oils, lotions, candies, and even pet treats, all with different concentration levels. But you must be at least 18 years old to buy CBD products in the state of New Hampshire. If you want to come on down and see what CBD is all about, the store is open from 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 5 on Sundays. Matt Holderman, KSC-TV. Sam Czel is in his third season with the Owls baseball team, and so far, this one has been the best of his career. He holds a team-high 5 home runs on the season, along with 23 runs and 19 RBI, which also lead the team.
It feels great to be putting up the numbers I've been doing. Myself and the rest of the team is very excited.
And with good reason, as it has been a season for Czel that many did not see coming. With just 1 home run and 10 hits his previous 2 seasons with the Owls, year number 3 for Czel has been an absolute hitting turnaround. The junior has improved his batting average from .059 a year ago to nearly 300 this season.
My performance on the field this year is the result of lots of hard work and dedication this offseason. Obviously, the last couple of years I haven't been as successful as I wanted to, but right now I just want to put myself in the best position possible for this team to succeed, and I feel as though I'm doing that.
Czel also contributes a lot of his newfound success to both his teammates and coaches, a group that always help each other through tough times.
Our coaches are big on us being strong mentally, and so when we're struggling on the field, our coaches and the rest of our teammates really assist in picking each other up. And so a couple days ago I was struggling myself, and Connor Walsh, our first baseman, said, "Hey Sammy, just go out there and have fun." And the next at bat, I hit a grand slam.
He's been our best hitter all year, and I said, "Sammy, just do what you do, have fun, and the rest will fall into place." And what do you know, 2 pitches later, he hit a grand slam.
Despite his magnificent stats, Czel says the most important aspect to him is simply to remember why he's playing.
I think the best way to look at it is to just remember that we're all playing a little kid's game, and so at the end of the day, we're all here to have fun.
Matt Holderman, Inside Owl Athletics. Good evening and welcome to the April 5th edition of KSC-TV News. I'm Matt Holderman. The Monadnock Co-op is celebrating 6 years in business. KSC-TV's Adriana Sanchez went to the anniversary celebration. That was Adriana Sanchez reporting. If you missed out on the free samples, all of those products are sold daily at the Co-op. The Keene Skate Park is getting a facelift. The Sentinel reports the Tony Hawk Foundation recently awarded the park $10,000 for renovations. Fundraising for the new park is now a third of the way complete. Park staff want to replace the current plywood skating structures with concrete. Pets can sometimes become casualties in sudden and traumatic life events. A separation, divorce, an owner entering rehab. These are all situations that leave pets with nowhere to go. But as KSC-TV's Rachel Vitello reports, the Monadnock Humane Society has a program to give those pets a safety net. The Monadnock Humane Society can be contacted at 603-352-9011 for anyone seeking additional information. Again, that number is 603-352-9011. As graduation approaches, Keene State College is putting on different events to help seniors before they enter the work field. On March 21st, Academic and Career Advising held their annual career fair in the Spalding Gymnasium. More than 100 employers attended, including the New Hampshire Public Radio, Affleck, Enterprise, and more. ACA will be hosting a LinkedIn workshop on April 9th in Morrison Hall from 4 to 5 p.m. The next opportunity to attend a career fair will be the KSC Career Clinic on April 17th in the Rhodes Hall Atrium from noon until 2:30. Friday is the inauguration of Melinda Treadwell, who will become the 11th president of Keene State College. The inauguration will be held in the Mabel Brown Room with a 2 p.m. start. There are also other events before and after the induction, including the luncheon, the ceremony, and a dance party. Tune in to KSC-TV News for coverage of the event. That's all for this edition of KSC-TV. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up, men's lacrosse locks up the regular season title. Track and field runs wild over the weekend. And you'll meet softball dual threat Molly St. Germain. That's all next on Inside Owl Athletics. Welcome to Inside Owl Athletics. I'm Matt Holderman. The men's lacrosse team has clinched the regular season conference title. They did it last week against Western Connecticut. The Owls dominated the game, scoring 22 goals on the day. Joe Nutting was the star of the game, scoring 6 of his team's goals. Keene wins 22-3. The Owls now have the top seed in the conference tournament and home field advantage. Baseball is fighting for a spot in the postseason. There was a lot on the line when they met up with Rhode Island College in Worcester, Massachusetts for a doubleheader over the weekend. The Anchormen got up 2-0 early and continued to build their lead through the final innings. John Tarasio blasted a 2-run homer out of the park in the 9th inning, but the Owls came up short. Final from Game 1, Owls 2, Anchormen 7. In Game 2, the Anchormen looked to be on pace for the sweep, going up 5-0 through the first 4 innings. But the Owls charged back with 5 runs in the 5th inning and 4 in the 7th. This one ended in the Owls' favor, 10-7. Max Struthers and Connor Walsh each had a triple in the game. In their next conference game, Keene traveled to Castleton. Connor Longley hit a home run in the 8th inning, but it wasn't enough to get the victory. Castleton takes this one 5-2 as the Owls' overall record falls to 9-18 on the season. Saturday, the women's lacrosse team celebrated Senior Day before their game against UMass Dartmouth. Once the game started, the scoring party was on. The Owls got busy scoring fast as Allie Daisy scored 3 goals in the first 4 minutes. Seniors Emily Parker and Chelsea Lewis each found the back of the net a couple times as well, capping off a dominant Owls performance. They went on to get the win, 17-4. Freshman Bridget Casey had a big game as well, scoring 4 goals. Tuesday night, Keene met up with the top team in the conference, the Plymouth State Panthers. The Panthers showed what they're made of in the first half, scoring 8 consecutive goals. They would take the lead into halftime, 10-3. The Owls came to life in the second half, scoring 5 straight goals at the end of the game, but their comeback fell short. Plymouth State won the game 15-11. Chelsea Lewis and Tess Massey led the way for the Owls, each scoring 3 goals. Track and field is celebrating 6 individual event wins and 2 relay wins at the Springfield Invitational. Lynn Hebert took first in the 800 meters. Skylar Gauthier won the 100 hurdles, and Alana Ohlendorf won the steeplechase. On the men's side, Alex Medina won the hurdles. Rob St. Laurent got first in the steeplechase, and Joey Fodor won the javelin. It's a gold medal for the women's 4x400 relay team of Nicole Dalmeda, Brittany Gravelisi, Laura Dawson, and Lynn Hebert. And it's also a first-place finish for the men's 4x400 relay team of Jared Hannon, Brandon Castor, Anthony Jennings, and Alex Medina. This Saturday, track and field will be competing in the Little East Conference Alliance Championship. The Owls trained hard this week in anticipation of the championship meet. This is what practice looked like during the week for some of the throwers, runners, and jumpers. Freshman Shannon Parks, sophomore Naomi Mertson, and sophomore Charlie Sr. practiced discus and hammer throw, while freshman Joey Fodor practiced javelin, an event he's won at in his last 2 consecutive meets this season. Fodor will be one to watch for in throwing, while all eyes will be on Lauren Perkowski for the distance events. At the Sylphin Invitational, Perkowski finished 2nd in the 10,000 meters, posting a time that ranked 9th nationally. Perkowski thinks her team has a good chance of winning it all this Saturday. Championship meet will be held at Fitchburg State University. 3 Owl lacrosse players have taken home weekly conference awards. Freshman Bridget Casey gets her 3rd Rookie of the Week award. Last week, she had 6 goals and 4 assists. On the men's side, Joe Nutting is the Offensive Player of the Week. The sophomore scored a career-high 6 goals in the 22-3 win over Western Connecticut last week. Teammate Chase Chamberlain is the Goalie of the Week. His defense helped the team get their 7th straight regular season championship. Your Owl Athletes of the Week are Bobby Carey and Lauren Rousseau. Carey lit up the nets with his 6 goals in the 17-7 win over Plymouth last week. He set a career high for goals in a single game. Lauren Rousseau went 2 for 3 in each game of a doubleheader against Plymouth State last week. That included a home run and 4 RBI. Congratulations to all of our Athletes of the Week. Heading into the final weekend of the season, Owl softball is fighting to clinch a spot in the LEC tournament. Leading that fight is senior pitcher Molly St. Germain. Inside Owl Athletics' Tyler DeRosa talked to St. Germain about her role on the team. It's the final weekend of the spring sports regular season, and there's a lot of action this weekend. Tonight at 6, men's lacrosse concludes the regular season on the road against Southern Maine. Saturday, track and field is off to Fitchburg State for the LEC Outdoor Championships. Events begin at 10. Saturday, women's lacrosse travels to Eastern Connecticut for a noon game. Also Saturday, softball is on the road at UMass Dartmouth. First game of a pair starts at 1. Baseball will host the Corsairs in a doubleheader starting at noon. Baseball is back at home on Sunday, hosting Clark University in a single game at 1. Also Sunday, softball will host Rhode Island College in a make-up doubleheader that begins at 2. These games will do a lot to set the playoff picture for the Owls. Right now, we know Keene will be the site of the men's lacrosse semifinals and the final. Women's lacrosse will clinch a home playoff game with a win on Saturday, while baseball and softball have work to do to cement their place in the LEC tournament. For playoffs, schedule changes, and anything KSC athletics, check out KeenOwls.com. Again, that's KeenOwls.com. That's all for this week's show. This is our final program of the semester, and we thank you all for watching this year. We'll be back in the fall with another great season. For all of us here at Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Matt Holderman, and have a great summer break.